Hi, it's Jill. This week we are going to have our first week talking about division, and we're going to focus on the meaning of division and some basic division ideas. And for today, you will do these 6 pages. Start with page 30, which is called The Meaning of Division, and then go all the way through to page 35, which takes you up to 2 ways to show division. So that's the work for today. And you'll notice that the book focuses on page 35 into this idea of division as breaking into equal groups. And we see that here in the example. 15 apples are divided equally into 3 groups. So they take the 15 apples and they put them into 3 groups, and we can see there are 5 apples in each group. So the number sentence is 15 divided by 3 equals 5. And when we see division this way, we just read it left to right as we see it. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Or it can be shown this way. We still say 15 divided by 3 equals 5, but this time the answer goes on the top, and we have to say first what is in this little house or what's in the bank. So it's a little bit different way to say this one, but we still say 15 divided by 3 equals 5. And then when you move on to the next page, you'll see some similar ideas about breaking into equal groups. And when you get to relating multiplication and division, you'll notice the relationship that multiplication and division have. And remember, back when we were doing basic multiplication, I said the better you are at basic multiplication, the more it will help you with your division. And here's a great example of that. If 7 times 9 equals 63, then the opposite of that, starting with the total and breaking the total into 9 groups, is equal to 7. And you might also notice that we could write it a different way. 63 broken into 7 groups equals 9. So we know 9 times 7 equals 63, or 7 times 9 equals 63. And we can turn it all around to be division as well. So that's what this page will have you work on, is seeing the relationship there. And then you'll have a few pages of practice, division facts, and practice helps. And when you get to these pages, I want you to think about another way you could think of division. In addition to breaking into groups, another way to think of it is how many blank are in blank. So for instance, here on number 1, how many 3s are in 18? That's another way you could think of it. You could think of it as 18 broken into 3 groups, if that's helpful. Or if it's more helpful to think how many 3s are in 18, you can think of that too. And then a way you can answer this, if you're not sure how many 3s are 18, you could either think back to your multiplication facts, what times something times 3 equals 18, so that's one way to get it. Or you can start adding 3s. How many 3s are in 18? That's 9, plus another 3 is 12, 15. So then I get to 18, and then I would count. How many 3s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 3s are in 18. So these are the 2 major ways that we will be thinking, and not one of them is the correct way. Sometimes the breaking into groups will be more natural, and sometimes how many of this are in that will be more natural. So I just want you to start thinking of it in a couple of ways. And then the last page, I want you to do page 35, 2 ways to show division. Again, works on translating this math sentence into using the little house and recognizing that the total always comes first, and that always goes in the house or in the bank. And that's what we're going to break up into groups, or see how many 3s are in 15, how many 8s are in 16. And so this whole page is just practicing changing a horizontal math equation into the little house. So good luck with that. And tomorrow we'll get into the next step of basic division.